Maruti Suzuki launched the Baleno in the Indian market 6 years ago. Since then, the Baleno has gained a lot of popularity, and today we are spending time with what Maruti Suzuki claims to be the new generation all-new Baleno. Maruti Suzuki says that this car has been designed from ground up, so there are a lot of changes. There are mechanical changes like suspension, there are feature list updates, and it also gets many new features which are not available with any other car in this segment. Want to know more? Well, stay tuned for the next few minutes and we will take you through the all-new Maruti Suzuki Baleno. Now, Maruti Suzuki new generation Baleno, it looks very familiar to the older version. This is a design evolution which is based on the previous design of the Baleno. Think of it as the Swift. As the Swift has changed the generation, the design has only evolved from the first to the newest third generation. Now there are a few changes here and there and everywhere in this car which makes it look much sharper than before. What are these changes? Well, let's find out in details. Starting with the front, you get a new grille with the new Baleno, and the chrome is limited to only the grille around here, which I personally like very much. However, if you like more chrome, Maruti Suzuki offers several official kits that can be added at the showrooms. The main highlight of the front are the headlamps. They get tri-LED patterns that look sharp and are very bright. The new pattern give a new identity to the Baleno. You get LED fog lamps down in the bumper. The shape of the bumper is also new. The side gets 16-inch dual-tone alloy wheels. There is some chrome underlining the windows, but stepping back, you notice that the overall shape of the car remains the same. The rear gets massive changes as well. The tail lamps have become longer and get a split design, but the part on the tailgate does not work. There is a thick chrome strip on the boot lid, and the shape of the glass is a bit different from before as well. It is actually reduced this boot space inside, but it still offers enough. The boot space is 318 liters and you get 60-40 split seats as well. But the boot space is very deep, which means heavy luggage loading will need some effort and will feel cumbersome to some. Now you sit inside the all-new Maruti Suzuki Baleno and the first thing you notice is this, the door third. It has improved by quite a lot, and that is because Maruti Suzuki has made some changes to the structure, and that has translated into addition of weight in the doors as well. On the driver's seat, you will get to notice a similar laid out dashboard which also used to be available with the previous generation Baleno. It gets a layered setup, however it now is dual tone. The lower part, it is not black exactly, but it is a deep shade of blue. In between you get a glossy finish and there is hard plastic on the top. There is no other car in this segment that offers soft touches, so Baleno doesn't either. Now coming to the center, you get this massive 9-inch infotainment screen, the touchscreen. More on it later. Below that you get similarly shaped AC vents, but the climate control buttons have changed from the previous generation. They are now toggle type, just like the Swift, but they get a better feel and touch. Below that, there are again the controls for the AC. There is a place to position your phone, but there is no wireless charger. There is one USB type charger here. There is one 12-volt socket here. There are two cup holders right around here, and there is a bit of space behind the gear lever. Now open the armrest, you get a small space to keep all your knick-knack items, but it is not huge. It is only about this much of depth. Now open the glove box, you get access to quite a deep box which can hold things of this size comfortably. It is not a cooled glove box, but it is deep enough. Now coming to the seats specifically, I wanted to talk about it more because the Maruti Suzuki have upgraded the seats and they have made them extremely soft. Now when you sit on these seats for the first time, you feel very comfortable. However, driving over a long distance or over a long period of time, these seats will make you tired. How so? They will not hold you in one place. You will move around a lot, and it can also give you backaches. However, most of the people, they prefer softer seats over the harder ones, and that's what Maruti Suzuki has listened to. Now, Maruti Suzuki is still not offering a sunroof here, but as you can see, there are a lot of first-in-class features like the 360-degree camera, like the HUD, and Maruti Suzuki has also added a few features which were not available with the previous generation vehicle, like the auto dimming IRVM. Now, it is an important feature, especially in India, where people love to drive with the high beams. Now, this is the biggest ever infotainment system available in a Maruti Suzuki car ever. It's a 9-inch display, and it is extremely responsive as well. As you can see, that it is very touch friendly, and you can even move around the things. You can move them around according to your according to your settings. And this comes with the upgraded Suzuki Connect as well. So you can install the app on your phone of Suzuki Connect, and that will show you a lot of information, starting with the trip meter, the odometer, the places you have been to, the current average speed, and the location of the car, and similar things. There are over 40 features that this new Maruti Suzuki Connect offers. Now, these seats also get manually adjustable height and slide. However, the biggest thing here is the steering wheel. You can adjust it for reach and tilt, and it is one of the best thing here because you can adjust the seat and the steering wheel according to the most ergonomically comfortable situation you want to be, and that will be very comfortable for the long drives. However, I'm not so sure how these seats gonna hold up during such long drives. Now let's jump to the rear seats and check out what the new Baleno has to offer. Now come to the rear of the all-new Maruti Suzuki Baleno, and again you will find many similarities with the first generation car. There is a lot of space around here though. This seat is adjusted according to my height. I am 5'10", and you can see there is a lot of room to play around, and there is a lot of knee room as well. However, there is no seat pocket behind the driver's seat, but you get one behind the co-driver's seat. Coming to the central console, you get two AC climate control ventilations right here, which you can open and close with this dial, and you can also change the direction. Below that, you get two USB chargers. One is C-type and one is the regular type. Below that, you get a small space to keep things. A phone won't get here because it's quite small. Now, coming back to the seats, as you can see, there is no armrest. It's a 60-40 split seat, but if you are going to be a lone passenger or traveling two in the rear seats, you are not getting the comfort of the all-important armrest, and we think that it's a big miss. For the passenger who is gonna sit in the middle, there is ample amount of space. There is a belt-type seat. However, the transmission tunnel right here and the ventilation unit will intrude into the space. You do get adjustable headrest right here, but there is no headrest for the central passenger, for the middle row passenger. Not a fixed one, not an adjustable one, and that is a big miss as well. There is a lot of headroom here, as you can see, and since Maruti Suzuki provide large windows, you don't feel claustrophobic while traveling in the long journeys. So this is a nice place to be in the Maruti Suzuki Baleno, the rear seats. However, we do feel that it is missing out on the armrest. Now we are inside the cabin of the new generation Maruti Suzuki Baleno, and there are a lot of changes around here, even though the dashboard looks very familiar. The biggest of them is the 360 camera, which gets displayed here as soon as you start the car, and the rising HUD. However, first notice how the 360-degree camera works, and it shows you all around before you even get out of the parking. It gives you a sense of where the other objects are standing so that you don't hit anything else while maneuvering from a tight parking.
This is very good, very well done, very well stitched, and it shows everything that is around the car in a very nice 3D model. Now we are driving the AGS version of the Maruti Suzuki Baleno. Yes, you heard it right. Maruti Suzuki has now removed the CVT and has replaced it with the AGS, which Maruti Suzuki claims is much more fuel efficient and much more popular in the market as well. All the cars that are available with AGS, they sell 25%. They have a market share of 25% between the segment. And as for Maruti, the older Baleno CVT sold only 2% of the total sales, and now that is a big difference. Maruti Suzuki wants more people to buy the two-pedal version of the car, the automatic version of the car, to make life easier. So they have added the AGS to make this car more affordable. How well it works? Well, we will explain that while we drive. Now, talking about this engine, it is the same 1.2 liter VVT engine that produces a maximum of 90 PS of power and 113 Nm of peak torque. Now, since Maruti Suzuki has changed a lot about this car, the front chassis, the platform, it has become heavier. So they have added weight in the front, they have added weight on the doors and everywhere else around. So the new Baleno, it is about 55 kg heavier than the previous generation. Yes, those weight includes additional equipment like 6 airbags, the new infotainment system, the new HUD, and a bit of things here and there. Now the AGS that is available with the new Maruti Suzuki Baleno, I think it is the best yet offered by the company. It is exceptionally smooth. It changes gears without you noticing it, and until and unless you are really throttling it down, you don't really feel the jerks. It's really a smooth operations, and I think the AMTs are getting very close to the full-fledged automatics. The engine itself, it's very frugal. It has good amount of low-end torque. It has a good mid-range, and if you are stuck in a traffic, you are not going to be dreading about it, because the AMT transmission, it has the crawl feature as well. So as soon as you lift your foot off the brake, the car starts moving, and as soon as you press the accelerator, it gains speed. So those are some good parts about the Maruti Suzuki's Baleno while driving inside the city limits. And as soon as you go on the highway, the added weight helps. The new Baleno, it feels much more planted than before, and if you want to check its straight line stability, that has improved by a lot. Now with the new generation Maruti Suzuki Baleno, they have updated, they have tweaked the suspension settings as well. The suspension, it has become more comfortable than before. It is not on the softer side, but it is not on a very stiff side as well. So what happens is, when you take on a corner at very high speed, the car loses its composure somehow. However, if you are not driving it enthusiastically, this will fit all your needs quite well, and that is because the suspension has been tuned to make you feel as comfortable as possible. Now the performance delivery of the 1.2 liter petrol engine, it's very good as well. So if you push the throttle down, maybe you can hear that the throaty note of the exhaust, which adds a very sporty feel to the new Baleno. Maruti Suzuki has also updated the suspension. They have upgraded it all over, and what it does is, when you go on the broken roads, which is almost everywhere in India, you don't feel much. So we are currently driving on a broken, there is no road outside, and the Baleno, it is not moving around much. It is not as uncomfortable as other cars can be on this road of this patch of road. So Maruti has done a very good job around there, and also these seats, which are in all new seats, again they have become very softer than before. So apart from the suspension, the seats also help you to absorb all the undulations and potholes on the roads. Now with the previous generation Maruti Suzuki Baleno, there was a problem of the steering not coming back to the center. Now just now you have seen that it is returning to the center very well. I will do it again. I will move the car around and I will leave it, and you can see it is turning back, coming to the center perfectly. So a job well done there by Maruti Suzuki. Apart from that, the handling has never been a good department for Maruti Suzuki Baleno, and it has not changed with the all new car either. However, if you are someone who doesn't care much about the handling and how precise the steering is, then it does a very good job. You also get this is an all new steering with leather wrap around here. It looks much like the Swift, however it has become bigger in size. So overall we feel the Baleno has matured very well, very nicely. It has become a much better car to drive inside the city limits, and with the straight line stability because of the added weight, it has also become much better to drive on the highways as well. We are driving the manual version of the Baleno, new age Baleno, which comes with the same engine. It produces the same power and torque. However, since it is manual, it is much more fun to drive since you get much more control over the clutch and the gear changes as well. However, because of that, the fuel efficiency of the manual transmission is bit lower than the AGS. In the manual of the new age Maruti Suzuki Baleno, it returns a maximum of 22.35 kilometers to a liter, while the AGS or the AMT variant offers 22.94 kilometer to a liter, which is almost 23 kilometer to a liter, and it is exceptionally well. It is much higher than the CVT transmission, which used to be around 90 kilometers to a liter. Now, if you're driving the manual transmission inside the city limits, you won't feel much of a need to change the gears as well. Since the second gear is quite tall, you can literally pick up the car from the speed of 10 kilometers to an hour to more than 60 kilometers per hour, and that's a wide range. And that tells you that you do not need to change the gears much. And even if you do, the clutch, it is real light, and even through very start-stop slow traffic, you don't feel the pressure on your left leg, even you have to engage it again and again. A few things that I forgot to mention earlier about the infotainment system, that it now gets voice activated system. So if I say, "Hi Suzuki,"
"Hi, what can I do for you?"
"Open driving range,"
"Taking you to fuel economy screen."
So yes, it does that and a lot other features. Maruti Suzuki has also improved on safety. Apart from making the structure better, stronger, it is the first time that any Maruti Suzuki car is getting 6 airbags. So the top end version will come with as many as 6 airbags, and that will make a big difference in the safety ratings. So overall, the manual transmission is much more fun to drive. But if you're looking for convenience and fuel efficiency, you have to choose the AGS one. It is the best ever AMT transmission I have seen on the Maruti Suzuki car, and it works like a charm. Now to sum it up, we believe that Maruti Suzuki has made an already practical car even better. The new age Maruti Suzuki Baleno, it looks much sharper than before, it offers a decent amount of performance, it is quite fuel efficient as well, and now it gets a lot of features which are not available with any other car in the segment. Now at rupees 6.35 lakh for the base variant, the Maruti Suzuki Baleno, it remains a very value for money product. With the addition of AGS transmission, the price of the 2-pedal variant of this car has come down by around 15,000 as well. So the new Baleno, it is safer, it is more fuel efficient, it looks sharper, and it gets more feature. Now it does misses out on some features, for example the sunroof, the shark fin antenna, the wireless phone charger inside the car, and a few other features here and there. But as an overall package, the new age Baleno will fit the needs of many Indian families. And we think with this price tag, the sales are gonna only go north from here. What do you think about this all new Baleno? Do let us know in the comment section below. And also do not forget to subscribe to the Car Talk channel and wear a seatbelt whenever you sit in the car, despite of your position.